And all signs, no clarification, starting with Aries, moving all the way through to Pisces. The week ahead, let's get started with Aries. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So always take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Again, no clarifications today. All right, week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st for the sign of Aries, excuse me. Good grief. Hi, Vicky. All right. Interesting. All right, Aries, overall energy for this upcoming week. Let me take a sip because I have a tickle in my throat. I don't want to be coughing through your reading. Number 50, Angel of Strength, and number 17, Action. And it's pertaining to number 16, Thoughts. So you're definitely in your power. As far as being motivated to take action, it feels very your energy, very powerful, wanting to take action, forward momentum. Just be careful with the thoughts that you're thinking because we'll get into that. We have the Four of Wands. Could be pertaining to a union. Also, your templed path, Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Page of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So, interestingly, this feels like really good energy. We're talking about taking action. And again, with the thoughts, even if you look in this card, this is a man thinking of a woman that he's painting a picture of, very creative, kind of like a muse, if you will, pulling out the creative energy. It doesn't matter if you're a male, female, but this pertains definitely to another person because we do have the Two of Cups. It's about a union, of course, but also your templed path, a brand new opportunity taking place, following your heart with this relationship. And the Four of Swords, receiving guidance, intuition, downloads, rest, and rejuvenation. So if you're acting on divine guidance, wonderful. But let's get into the underlying energy, which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 25, deceit, pertaining to number 28, expectations. So either there's a part of you that's expecting something to fall, like the other shoe to fall, and or your self-deception. You have self-deception pertaining to your expectations. We have the Nine of Swords, overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety, and the Eight of Cups, emotional detachment. So I feel like it's telling you to follow your intuition. Even though the Temperance card didn't come out, I feel like that's really important to kind of just go with the flow of things. Don't force. Don't feel like you need to be aggressive in your approach to another person. Because if you shift that thinking ever so slightly with deception and you're expecting deception, or whether it's self-deception or somebody you're dealing with, it's going to come in Eight of Wands really quick. Because you are creating at this moment in time. So energy down here feels really amazing. Watch what's happening beneath the surface with your thoughts and your expectations and your intentions. Aries, I am not in competition for well-being. Competition can serve you if it stimulates your desire, but it can be a disadvantage if it hampers your belief in succeeding. In this unlimited universe, there is no need to compete for well-being, for your resources are unlimited. You may perceive a shortage, but it would be of your own making. So, self-sabotage. Deceiving one's self. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and we will move on to Taurus. I just started Reaction King, and my intro is, hey, welcome back. Oh, Reaction King. I don't mind the sweet banter, but you had brought up something pertaining to my hair the last time we were live. There's nothing wrong with my hair. And if you want to continue, I'll just get you out of the chat. It's no big deal for me. I was being patient with you last time around. It's wearing thin. So be respectful or kick rocks. All right, Taurus. Taurus, week ahead. The 25th through to the 31st. What does Taurus need to know? I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oh my. One more. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. All right. Taurus, overall energy, we have number 33, door to romance, pertaining to number 21, family room in the reverse. It's interesting because it feels like there's needing to be a shift or a change in order to spark your interest, light your fire, take it how it resonates, get up off the couch, get out and do something. We have a Knight of Cups. That is flirtation, romance. It also talks about possibly going on a date, if you will. We have the Nine of Wands that came out in the reverse. Good place to see the Nine of Wands is in the reverse because it talks about not allowing your burdens, the things that you've been dragging around, to interfere with your heart's desires. And then we have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy. This is gaining a new perspective on what? Well, I feel like it's romance, love, dating, and not letting the past hold you back. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 47, the Thinking Woman, pertaining to number 31, bad health. There could definitely be a correlation between any kind of health issues you have, and we're talking about, you know, perceived allergies to being clumsy or constantly banging your knee or stubbing your toe to full-on sickness. I feel like the correlation that it's pertaining to your thoughts, because thoughts create things, right? So I also feel like that could be what gets you out of that energy as well. We have the Queen of Pentacles. That's you, Taurus, with the Seven of Pentacles. It feels like you are literally standing in your power. You've taken your power back. You're paying attention to the seeds that you've planted. And those seeds that you've planted are bringing in balance. Libra energy with the Justice card. So I feel like you're balancing things out. I feel like you've opened the door to romance, however that looks for you. But I feel like it's talking about needing to get out of your comfort zone, needing to move out of the world, if you will, move out into the world and be mingling this next week. Taurus, my inner being guides me through my emotions. While you are indeed a wondrous physical creator, you exist simultaneously in another dimension. It's interesting because I always trip up on that word and it's literally spelled out for me and I'm still like, blah, blah, blah. There is a part of you, your inner being, that exists in this physical body, and your guiding emotions are your physical indication of your relationship with your inner being. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and move on to Gemini. Hi, Daniel. Libra will be coming up shortly. We have about 4 signs to go, roughly. No clarifications today. And the June monthlies will be out for my extended and gratitude group members by Monday. And then everybody else probably Wednesday. I think Monday's a holiday, so. My star sign? Elaborate. What are you asking? My sun sign, my moon sign, my rising sign, my star sign. That's one I haven't heard before. All right, what is the time? 12:13 for Gemini. Gemini, this is for the week ahead. The 25th through to the 31st. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Interesting, Gemini. Interesting. Well. Okay, Gemini. The upcoming week, we have the World card pertaining to number 33, concern. Number 29, by the way, World card. There's a fear or concern about ending a cycle and beginning a new one. So much fear and concern that we have the Fool in the reverse, the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, and then we have the Judgment card, Scorpio energy. So the Fool, Aries, Aquarius, there's a fear of moving forward, of putting forth any work, energy, and effort towards a new cycle. But like it or not, the cycle's come to an end. We've got the World card. We've got an end of an old cycle, the beginning of a new. This is also the energy of travel. It could be exploration. It just almost feels like there's a fear or concern of the unknown. And so therefore, there's a kind of a stuck, stagnant energy. We're not moving forward. We're not taking a leap of faith. Maybe we're overthinking it, overguessing it, going back over it. There's no work, energy, and effort being placed into it. Well, we have the Judgment card, which tells me that eventually, Scorpio energy, you're going to surrender and move in a new direction from this stagnancy. So surrendering to move in a new direction, or you're going to repeat a cycle. I mean, those are your options, right? And the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have anxiety pertaining to sudden wealth. Wow. We have the Lovers card, the Lovers, Gemini energy, and the Justice card, Libra energy. Soulmate, connection, and balance. So soulmate connection does not have to be love. The Lovers also actually talks about self-love. So if we're not talking about a soulmate connection, This is talking about self-love, which to me, self-love would be confidence, self-confidence, and faith in oneself and one's abilities, which is not what I'm feeling down here at all. So the anxiety when it comes to sudden wealth, it almost feels like imposter syndrome for some of you, which is like, I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. And the fear that something good might happen from it. And then you're going to feel like a fraud when indeed you're not. If something happens and you're attracted to something, or something's attracted to you, it's meant to be. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not talking about like people and all people, I will say. But I will say that this is an energy of, it feels like imposter syndrome. There's no other way to put it. It feels like there's fear, stress, anxiety of maybe something amazing happening. And this could be subconscious, because most people are like, I'm not afraid. I want something amazing to happen. Then why aren't we taking a leap forward? Why aren't we putting forth the work, energy, and effort? Like, there's an underlying fear, it feels like, of stepping outside the comfort zone. It makes me feel also that the energy card Garden in the Gate. It's like we've built this comfortable little bubble, and we're looking outside like, oh, look how expansive it is and beautiful. But we're afraid to step outside because it's like, no, this is my comfort zone. This is where I feel safe. So, Gemini, it feels like you are, in essence, self-sabotaging. Our little babies are also thinking beings. The child is thinking on the day it enters your environment. And so beliefs are easily transmitted from adults to children. The child is vibrationally receiving your fears and your beliefs, even without your spoken word. So give thought only to that which you want, and your child will receive from you only the vibration of those wanted thoughts. That goes for any child, anywhere. That's why dogs have a tendency to sniff out the bad guy, if you will. They can literally pick up on the vibration. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to Cancer. I am not a Gemini, no. In fact, I don't believe I have any Gemini. I mean, everybody has every sign, but I don't have any planets or points in Gemini. I'm a Pisces, Sun, Taurus, Moon, Aquarius, Venus, Libra rising. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for subscribing. Again, the June monthlies will be out for all group members, extended and gratitude group members on Monday, or by Monday, I should say. And for everybody else, probably Wednesday, give or take. Most likely take. So interesting. It was supposed to be warm today, so I turned off all the heat in anticipation. And then it wasn't as warm, so I just turned all the heat on. But then, of course, as I sit in this room, the sun has come out and it's heating up. I feel like every month is amazing. And months seem to be flying by like really fast. Maybe it's just me. Oh my gosh, Vicky, I missed that you said from my campsite. You're camping already. Awesome. And you're watching from your campsite. I love it. I love it. All right, Cancer. A week ahead for the sign of Cancer. No clarifications. 25th through to the 31st, what to expect. And for some of you, this is a big holiday weekend. What does Cancer need to know? I do get my feeling on the card, along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Oh my gosh. We were just talking, well, I was just talking about that card in the last reading. Interesting. Interesting. Wow. Cancer. Overall energy for this upcoming week. Number 30, the garden and the gate. Pertaining to number 7, message. It's interesting to me that we immediately go almost to, not everybody, but this energy of fear or overthinking, over analyzing situations. You're getting some form of a message. Now, whether this is divinely guided message, intuition, higher source, or somebody's literally delivering you a text message, communicating with you. We have the garden and the gate, which again is that it's that fear. It's fear of stepping outside into the unknown. Because we've built, and where we've built can be some total chaotic, toxic environment, but it's what we're used to. So it's like comforting. Get out of that. It feels like with the 5 of Pentacles, it's so interesting. You might have Gemini in your chart because the 5 of Pentacles is literally, yes, it's financial constraints, but it stems from a lack of belief in oneself, a lack of confidence. It comes from feeling not worthy and not good enough. We have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. The 9 of Wands in the reverse is amazing energy because it's saying that you're not letting the past hold you back. So it's interesting that we have the garden and the gate. But I will say we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Devil card. Capricorn energy. You're in an energy of feeling unworthy, not good enough. Financial constraints is one area in life that this is going to be showing up in. And if it's starting to show up in others, like relationships, it's going to show up in feeling as if nothing you ever do is right, feeling as if you're walking on eggshells, feeling as if your partner never wants you around or doesn't want to spend time with you. The 5 of Pentacles is going to show up in all aspects of your life because it's literally your thoughts turning into things. With the 9 of Wands in the reverse, I'd like to think that you're creating without focusing on the old burdens or without letting those hold you back. But it feels like you're still manifesting from this emotional feeling of lack and then waiting for what is meant to. The 7 of Pentacles is the seeds you've planted that are about to come to harvest. But we've got the Devil card, which to me is codependency, addiction, fear, stress, anxiety. So it is interesting that the 9 of Wands came in the reverse because technically this feels very 9 of Wandish. Maybe not that you're pulling old experiences, but old energies from the past. Shadow energies, fear, stress, anxiety, addictive behaviors, codependency, unworthiness. All of this is shadow energy. And there's no shade. We all have them. But it's like you're creating from this lack mindset. And the seeds that you're planting are going to be not good. not good seeds, right? In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have the sun. Happiness, joy, success, abundance, prosperity. Pertaining to official person. I think you're going to flip the script. I feel like this is old stuff that's going to come out. But you have to stay strong in the energy and you have to jump on opportunities. You have to break free from the really strong desire to stay in an old cycle. And an old cycle, again, I don't know if it's friend comes over and you guys start talking crap about people. That would be shadow energy. There's a need for you to consciously and purposefully break free from this lack, feeling unworthy, ungood enough, whatever the case is. When it comes to finances, you can start by, instead of, oh, that's so expensive, stop saying things like that. Start saying, oh, that's the perfect price, and I know the universe will provide for me. You have to shift your perception and your perspective, because in your underlying, what's happening beneath the surface, 8 of Wands, coming in hot and quick, Ace of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. So brand new passionate beginning, Aries, Leo, Sag, and the Ace of Pentacles, windfall of some sort, some type of possible job opportunity, take it how it resonates, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But there's a need to not allow this energy to suck you back in. And it's your energy. It's not like it's somebody you're dealing with. This is your energy. And it stems from more or less needing to step out of your comfort zone, if you will. All right, Cancer. Words do not teach. My life experience teaches. I say that all the time. In fact, I'll do a shameless plug before I read this. If you're looking for a spiritual coach and or manifestation coach, mentor, you can contact me via Facebook Messenger and or email, info in the description box below. Words do not teach. It is life experience that brings you your knowing. Reflect into your own past life experience and begin watching for the correlation between the words you are reading here and the life experience that you have lived. In essence, I feel like you need to pay attention to the words you speak and then what happens in your life. Have you been mostly thinking, speaking, writing, and observing that which pleases you or not? Perfect card. Couldn't have pulled a perfect card. All right, I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and we will move on to Leo. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You need to figure fire. Years ago, I'll say this quick story while I shuffle. Years ago, I had gone over to one of the islands with a friend of mine. Her family was clearing trees, and they asked us to start a fire, like trees and brush, because they were going to build a house, or I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they were just cleaning it. Anyways, I am an overachiever. And so I built enormous, like huge. And we went to light it, and her dad comes running out and is like, no, like you cannot. I mean, it was, in retrospect, it was probably far too big. Like it would have been like a smoke signal to the mainland. It was huge. But yeah, go big or go home, Vicky. Make that fire. Large enough that it laughs at the rain. Oh, the memories. Okay, Leo. For the week ahead, the sign of Leo, 25th through to the 31st. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. Also for subscribing. Don't forget the June monthlies will be out for all of my extended and gratitude group members by Monday, and for everybody else later after that, like Wednesday-ish. All right. Leo, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you're dealing with. Wow. I need a sip. Alrighty. A Leo. Overall energy is number 33, door to romance, pertaining to number 30, judication. Judication has a lot of meetings. I mean, at the end of it, it's judgment, making a judgment decision. But for some, there's your door to romance is opening up for some of you after some kind of an ending, whether it is ending in a court situation or not. I feel like there's a judgment call to end something. We have the Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, the Chariot, Cancer energy, and the Ten of Cups. The Nine of Wands is your wounded warrior, chironic wounding, and you're really close to getting the 10, which to me means that you're about to drop the burdens. Now, the Nine of Wands has a tendency to, if you're still carrying them around with you, this is talking about patterns and things that you picked up in childhood that you have allowed to control your life, be it through fear or whatever. Normally it's fear, but these are things that don't serve you. They were experiences you had, but because of those experiences, you've held on to them and now make your decisions from these experiences. The Hanged Man tells me that you're finally gaining a new perspective, Pisces energy, to understand how it is that you've been creating your reality up until this point. With the Chariot, Cancer energy, it's giving you that new perspective, victory, success, and forward momentum towards the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is an ending. So you're putting an end to a family situation or long-term emotional situation that was somehow guided by the Nine of Wands. Now, endings with the tens can mean a few things. You could be getting an Ace of Cups with a brand new person. Ending, divorce, breakup, whatever. And or you're ending this old cycle of within yourself, and your partner is moving into the new cycle with you. So take that how it resonates. For the majority of you, I feel like you're ending this and it's a new person. But again, take it how it resonates. Underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Number 8, indecision, pertaining to number 37, poverty. Frankly, I feel like the indecision is what's left you in the poverty mindset, the lacking, the stuck, the stagnancy, feeling less than and unworthy. And it ties back to the Nine of Wands. But there's this, it feels like you're either finally making a decision because we have the judication. There is a judgment call being made, whether it's yours or somebody else's, that is closing this cycle. The World card, Capricorn, Aquarius energy. The cycle is ending. And we have the Lovers card, which talks to me about a soulmate coming in. Now, whether the soulmate is the same person and you're just recognizing that they're a soulmate, or you're just moving into a new chapter with said soulmate, I definitely feel like, again, the majority of you are leaving. There's somebody that you're leaving. And then we have the Strength card, Leo energy, which is you, and you're taking your power back. You're taking your power back from this Nine of Wands more than anything. But I feel like the last situation, most likely for the majority of you, was built on the Nine of Wands. Well, it was built on the Nine of Wands for all of you. But either the recognition of that means that you're understanding this person that maybe you've held on to for upwards of 10 years, if not longer, isn't really in alignment with the you that you're becoming, the true you. They're in alignment with the wounds and the sadness and the heartbreak and the dependencies and the whatevers, which no big deal. They could move up with you if they're in the same energy. That's what I mean, is it's going to depend on a person to person. If you vibrate up, the person you're with, friends, family, whatever the case, is either going to rise up to the occasion or they're going to disappear out of your life. So you're taking your power back, Leo. You're getting out of the poverty mindset, the woe is me, the drama, the chaos that you have been carrying around for far too long in your life. The door to romance is open, but it feels more than just a door to romance. It feels like something you've never felt before because you're no longer basing it on those old energies. The universal law of attraction defined. I feel like these cards are like perfect. The law of attraction says, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. And while this may seem like a rather simple statement, it defines the most powerful law in the universe. The law that affects all things at all times. For nothing exists that is unaffected by this law. So the old you, Leo, was sat in a vibration and you attracted to yourself that which was like unto you. Then you wake up and realize, I've been carrying this baggage around. I'm going to start, ascending spiritually and doing all the work to release these old burdens and cycles and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, now I'm rising. And this person is no longer attracted vibrationally to me unless they so choose to rise on themselves. It's a self-choice. Normally we lead by example, but not everybody so chooses to follow. And that is just the way it goes. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Virgo. Hi, Michelle. Oh, I see. It's so interesting. When I see your guys' comments on my laptop, I don't get the hand wave. I just see said hi. But now I'm looking at my phone here and it actually has a little handy wave. That's so cute. I had no idea. Learn something new every day, I guess. Makes much more sense. I was like, do people really say said hi in the chat? No, clearly they don't. They just wave. Hello, Brienne. Did I say that right, Brienne? That's hilarious. Which is interesting because I get all of Vicky's signs and laughy faces, and why is that stuck? But for whatever reason, I wasn't getting the hand wavy thing, which is also interesting because on my phone, all of your things come up like little tiny box purples, and over here it's a bubble green. All right. Oh, how did I do that? Did I turn them all upside down? No. Okay. Rolling up the sleeves. It's getting hot in here. Virgo. Should probably write the timestamp. Virgo, week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. I almost said the 15th. It'd be a really long week. 25th through to the 31st. You know what I'm trying to say. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. I'm going to leave that one sideways. Grrr. Okay. Virgo. Virgo. Overall energy is number 16, patience. Pertaining to number 16. Ooh, interesting. 16. In the reverse, thoughts. So I feel like you're having patience. For some of you, this is pertaining to your creative endeavors. Possibly even receiving some kind of divine creative, like maybe you're trying to write a book and you're just trying to be patient because you're having writer's block, as they say. However, for the majority of you, this is pertaining to another person. Now, whether it's you trying to get over this person thought-wise and or wondering why they're not thinking of you, that's going to be on each person. I'm not clarifying. But we have the moon card that came out sideways. So the moon, Cancer, Pisces energy, is all about needing to face your fears, hidden secrets coming to light. Interesting, because that's something interesting that just popped in. I'll explain that here in a minute. But it also talks about a need to follow your intuition and be more in your feminine energy. Pertaining to what? The Two of Cups. And the Five of Swords. So, there's conflict taking place in a relationship. Now, whether some hidden secrets are coming to light or you're fearful that they're going to, and or there's just, you're trying to move through the fear pertaining to some kind of conflict or argument in a relationship. I don't know if this is going to resonate with anybody. I have no idea what Diddy's sign is, but literally when I said hidden secrets coming to light, Diddy popped into my head. Just the name, not a face, nothing else. So this message could go really deep for somebody. I don't know that I really want to take it there, honestly. If it at all that resonates with you, then please feel free to reach me for a private reading if you're interested. Other than that, I'm not going to dive in that direction. Thanks, though. So being patient pertaining to a lack of, I feel like somebody either isn't thinking of you because of some kind of a conflict and you're trying to be patient and there's fear, but you're trying not to play into the fear. And or vice versa, like you're not talking to somebody and there's some kind of fear pertaining to hidden secrets coming out, or there's definitely fear and not 100% listening to your intuition pertaining to a relationship and some kind of conflict argument. Maybe there's crap talking. Maybe the fear is literally that somebody's spilling the beans on your secret. Maybe your significant other. Take it how it resonates. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 35, first chakra, Archangel Michael. Stability, security. Pertaining to number 37, poverty. I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day about the first chakra, and it can mean a lot of things, but when it's tied to poverty, it tells me that somebody's stuck, somebody being you, it's your underlying energy, in fight or flight energy, survival mode, which is a poverty mindset. Because if we're stuck in there, that means that we're in that energy of fear, anxiety, fight, flight, stability, security is at risk, which ties into the fear and then not listening to the intuition. We have a Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is indecision. It's being unwilling or unable to make a choice pertaining to an Eight of Swords. Goodness. Unwilling or unable to make a choice because we're up in our headspace, overthinking, overanalyzing. But we have thoughts in the reverse. So this tells me that you're trying to get out of your headspace. This is what it feels like. You've gone through something significant and you've been overthinking, overanalyzing. But I feel like you're needing to be patient with yourself, compassionate and kind to get out of that overthinking. Because it feels like that's what you're trying to be patient with, getting rid of those thoughts of another person, clearly, because it's a Two of Cups. And some kind of argument, fight, or communication. Possibly you found out somebody was spilling the beans. You're halfway there, it feels like. But there's a need to face the fear head on and let it go. Which there's a million different ways to do that. And I don't know. You can reach out for a coaching session. But just have patience. It'll happen. My thoughts are like powerful magnets. Your thoughts are powerful, attractive magnets, attracting one to another. Thoughts attract to themselves, and you attract thoughts to you by giving your attention to them. Those who speak most of prosperity have it, and those who speak most of sickness or poverty have it. It is law. It can be no other way. God, these cards are just popping out perfect. I love it. All right, I'm going to shuffle and then move on to Libra as I read the chat. What? You don't want to relive the 15th? Thank you for being patient. Libra's coming. I just have to shuffle. Also, if anybody's curious, I always leave timestamps when I'm done being live. I can't do it while I'm live because it won't stick. And the time's different as well from the live to the whatever. But if ever you come back or want to watch another live, you can look in the comment section and the description box. And I leave the timestamps. Vicky, are you camping until Monday? Or are you like the whole weekend? Even though Monday's not a weekend, it's a holiday. So it's kind of smushed into the weekend idea. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. It actually helps my channel grow. And it lets me know that you enjoy. That was an interesting way to say it. Enjoy the reading. All right, Libra. Libra, week ahead, 25th through to the 31st. Libra, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you are dealing with. This is for Libra for the week ahead. One more. Libra. Now I'm getting the song, The Love Boat. The Love Boat. Okay. Libra, overall energy for this upcoming week. We have number 22, yin energy, pertaining to number 38, toil and labor. So yin energy is about a spiritual winter. It's kind of akin to the Hermit card, about going within, doing the spiritual work, if you will. With toil and labor, for some of you, I feel like you're being called to go within. And for some of you, this is a call to action, because you're not action. Take that back. Delete. Not a call to action. It's for some of you, you're entering into the spiritual winter, into the hermit energy of going within, figuring out what you're truly passionate about, what your drive and desire is all about, what your true mission in life is. For others, you've been in this doing the work, is what I meant to say, not taking action. That would be, action is when it's upside down and we're in the yang energy. This feels very much like you're about to dive in, and or you've been in this energy of doing some sort of spiritual work. We have a page of sword. Pages bring news of sorts, but it feels very much like truth and clarity, with the Knight of Wands, passion, drive, and forward momentum. We have the Nine of Swords. This is very interesting, and it feels highly spiritual. So it feels almost as if there's truth and clarity. The Knight of Wands tells me that you're moving away, or you will be moving away from the Nine of Swords back to truth and clarity, which for a lot of you, I feel like you're entering into the yin energy, getting ready to be doing the work, energy, and effort. And or it's because you've been spinning your wheels for so long in that Nine of Swords, overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety, that you're like, I need to go within. I need to meditate. I need to really get grounded and stable and, figure-ish out. Because this tells me that you're moving away from the Nine of Swords, that mental kerfunkery, which you're air energy, let's be honest. Most air energies have a tendency to get up in their little headspace from every now and again. But going back to something more simple, which is the page. And the page also doubles as your 10th sword. So it almost feels like, for a lot of you, you already know what to do spiritually. Like, I'm getting back into my meditation routine. I'm going to start doing X, Y, and Z. For others of you, this is embarking on a new journey. But I feel like more than anything, yes, there will be things needing to be done work-wise, but I feel like the toil and labor is more about you being up in your headspace, trying to logically think your way out of whatever it is that you're dealing with, as opposed to surrendering and moving in divine guided direction. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 53, Magician and the Mirror, pertaining to number 11, Sudden Wealth. I like this. I like this for you, Libra. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy, and the Seven of Swords. So you're manifesting every second of every day. It just is what it is. But it almost feels like you got hung up, stuck, stagnant, overthinking, overanalyzing, which creates a lack of movement, forward momentum. But to move passionately back towards the spiritual roots and like, okay, and even if you've never done it before and you're like, I'm going to start meditating. Like, I need to get level-headed, get answers and guidance in order to clear out, to get to the 10, to move out of the old way of thinking, to shift your perspective. The transmutation tells me two things. It tells me that you're shifting your strategy, but also it tells me that you're shifting out of self-sabotaging behavior. And I feel like you are manifesting sudden wealth. on some level, you've just maybe got a little stuck and stagnant, but it's going to start flowing again because you're going to transmute out of this. It's like you've got the right game plan. It's beautiful. I'm stuck, I'm stagnant, I'm overthinking, overanalyzing. I'm going back to page 1, which doubles as 10 swords. Out of that overthinking and analyzing, out of that stabbing myself in the back, out of that self-sabotaging behavior. All right, your card, Libra. My every relationship can now feel better. By intending, as you are moving into a segment of relationships, to focus upon your points of harmony, to give your great attention not to what you are disagreeing about, but to the things you agree upon. That is the resolution in all relationships. For when you focus on what you do not like, by the law of attraction, you solicit more of what you do not want. Your focus is very important. Focus on what is desired, receive more of what is desired. Focus on what is not desired or the lack of what you desire, and you're going to receive lack and not what you want. I know it seems so simple, but we've been programmed and wired into a totally different way of doing things, which is what we aim to break, the breaking of the old cycles and getting back to our true roots. All right, I'm going to move on to Scorpio after I shuffle and read the chat. Oh, nice. I mean, nice that you're still getting out and camping, and nice that you have an appointment on Sunday. Which is interesting because I had planned on only having clients Monday through Thursday. And interestingly enough, I seem to have clients on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. So, I mean, those days are fully booked now, so no people have no choice but to book me Monday through Thursday. But I say that, but knowing me, I'm sure I could find a way to squeeze somebody in. But it's funny how that works. That's why I always tell everybody every day is my Friday, because every day is like a weekend, I guess. Ooh, I like that. Busiest month to date, meaning it's going to just get busier and busier. And that's beautiful. Okay. Scorpio, the week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. I had to think on that. I'm only taking one, so. Scorpio. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates. Ooh, leave what doesn't. Feel free. Whoa. To watch your sun, moon, rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Dang, that's been coming out a lot. A lot. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Scorpio. The underlying energy, or not the underlying, the energy for this week is number 21, strategy, pertaining to number 20, house. If you've been watching me long enough, you know that I see the house as the mind. But there could be some kind of strategy pertaining to your home. I just feel like it's all as within, so without. So the 3D is really your karma. like the 3D is literally whatever's transpiring within you. That's just how it goes. So when we talk about strategy, it has to start within. But if you're trying to manipulate or control things outside of yourself, it's not going to work. So there's some kind of strategy pertaining to a shift in your mind and or getting out of your mind, maybe getting out of your headspace. We do have the 8 of Swords, overthinking, overanalyzing. Overthinking, overanalyzing, stress, sleepless nights, fear, pertaining to the Page of Wands, which is passion, and the Hierophant, higher level of commitment. For some of you, you're trying to strategize bringing passion back into some kind of a higher level of commitment. Now, higher level of commitment can be a lot of things to a lot of different people. The Hierophant specifically is like a guru or following one's spiritual endeavors, if you will. It also can talk about higher level of commitment in relationship, right? This feels more relationship to me than higher level as far as spirituality, but take it how it resonates. But there's somehow a block when it comes to your passion and desire towards this commitment. Could be towards the person, but you're not feeling passionate. There's lack of passion or desire. And the block is more or less you overthinking and overanalyzing. If anything, I always say when it comes to strategy, your strategy should be pretty simple. My strategy is to focus on my thoughts all day to make sure that I'm thinking only the thoughts of what I desire to create. That would be my strategy. Not, I'm going to text this person only once a day. That to me is not strategy. That to me is talking about manipulation. And manipulation is going to do nothing for you, especially when you're not being your true authentic self. True authentic self is love. 100%. That's who we truly are, love and light, right? So to make sure I'm being my true 100% authentic self, it would be to focus on the good and the happiness and compassion and love and all those great things. So I almost feel like the reason we've got to block this overthinking, overanalyzing, fear, stress, anxiety, pertaining to your passion, drive, and desire towards this higher level of commitment, which I think I left out. Your higher level of commitment can even be like a job, a career, whatever. Just notoriously, it's relationship or your spiritual endeavor. But whatever this higher level of commitment is, you're blocking your own self by the strategy itself. So shift the way you're thinking about something, or even take your focus off of it, because that might be what's blocking it, is your focus too much on what isn't working. What do I need to do to fix? Well, if you think about that, even the idea of what do I need to do to fix or make better or create whatever is saying lack. If you're thinking about how can I, whatever, that in essence is I'm lacking this. So that's the energy we're putting out, and it's going to create more lack. So maybe shift focus for a day or a week or whatever towards something that you truly enjoy. I don't care if it's walking in the park, taking a walk down the street, painting, writing, singing, karaoke, like whatever the case is. Shift your attention for a hot minute and then come back with new energy towards, after being with something that you absolutely adore and love, coming back with that energy. I feel like that was a lot, but somebody needed to hear it. Underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. Appreciation, number 15, pertaining to number 33, concern. Good golly. We got concern going on. There's a need to be more in the energy of appreciation and switch out of the energy of concern. And frankly, I feel like you're probably going to end up doing it because we're going from the 8 of Swords down here to the 9 of Swords up here. You're one sword away from finally putting an end to your corruption. Self-sabotage, because that's what it is. We have an Ace of Cups, brand new emotional experience. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The 9 of Cups. This is a beautiful card. The 9 of Cups is not only wish fulfillment, but it's emotional sovereignty. Meaning we're not concerned with other people, places, and situations. We are concerned with how we feel. And knowing that when we feel good, it vibrates outside of us. And that's all we truly need to concern ourselves with, is where our emotional temperature is at. That's when we get the sun, Leo energy, joy, happiness, creativity, abundance, prosperity. Happiest card in the deck. So you're well on your way. I just feel like you need to shift from concern to appreciation. Like, I appreciate X, Y, was it your card? No, I haven't read your card. It was the sign before you, their card, but yours is probably going to be just as good. And moving necessarily out of the strategy, unless your strategy is just what I said, which is to focus on the thoughts that are, and the thoughts and emotions that you're having, and keep them positive. All right, Scorpio, I am a magnet attracting unto myself. Did we not just read this one? Maybe we did. And maybe not. Without exception, what you give thought to, wanted or unwanted, you begin to invite into your experience. See yourself as a magnet, attracting unto you the essence of whatever you are thinking and feeling. For example, if you feel poor, you cannot attract prosperity. It defies the law. Well, that was a perfect card. You know that saying, you are what you eat? This is like, you are what you think. Like, you're creating what you think. So, all right. I'm going to shuffle, and then we will move on to Sagittarius. Well, that's good, Vicky. Got your head out of your clouds. Oh. We have Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left. Thank you guys again for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. It helps my channel grow. I was curious how today would go with the holiday weekend. A lot of people just take off. But then there's people like Vicky who are diehard and watching me from their camping site. I love it. I love it. I could help with peace and tranquility. Just watch out for the bears. I don't know if you have bears in your woods. I'm sure you do. We have bears and mountain lions. I don't think they're really mountain lions. They're cougars. I think is what they're called here. I don't know. I don't know what a mountain lion is compared to a cougar. Or if they're just one and the same. Maybe similar. Anyway. Sagittarius. Oh, I don't know why I wrote it like that. 109, 31. Okay. Sagittarius. This is for the week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. Inching our way ever closer to the end of this month, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody you are dealing with. Oh my goodness, Sag. I like it. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen all the cards yet, but I was really starting to like it. We'll see what happens. Sag. Overall energy for this upcoming week, we have number 34, door to personal healing and happiness. Pertaining to number 34, synchronicities, occupation. Honestly, I feel like you're moving into personal healing and happiness, but I feel like with it pertaining to occupation, for some of you, this is your occupation. You have already opened your deal to healing and happiness. You've already done all the work, and now you're doing it for others, opening the door to others. And it actually feels very bright. Like I'm looking at this rainbow and it feels very rainbow. It feels very good. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I just watched a cat go after a bird and knock my whole barbecue over. So, and it was not this really pretty bird. But the good news is the cat did not get the bird. The bird made its way. Thank goodness for the barbecue. Anyways, we have a Knight of Wands. This feels very passion driven, moving towards with forward momentum. We have the Lover soulmate connection. So this doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It can be, but I feel like you've got a soulmate that's walking this path with you. If not yet, they're coming in. We have a 7 of Wands. So the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. I feel as though the door to personal healing and happiness for you was probably focused on resistance and feelings of lack and or unworthiness, lack of confidence, lack of feeling successful, abundant, feeling unworthy, not good enough, feeling abandoned. I feel like that was what you're working through or been working through. You could still be in the process, but at this point, I feel as though your job is literally going to be, or your occupation is going to be a healer to another person. If you're just starting out your journey, just know that we're doing it for ourselves, of course, but you have so many people's lives that you're going to change once you make it through. So again, there's somebody walking this path with you. It does not have to be a romantic partner, but it can be. And there's a passion, a drive, and a desire to do this, especially if you're now already at the point where you're getting to work with others. The 7 of Wands, again, is defensive energy. And it's almost like, in essence, you're no longer allowing this part of you to be part of you anymore. You flip the script. And if you haven't yet, like I said, you're well on your way. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have the Healer of the Ages. Number 51. Pertaining to number 17, gift. I feel like you are a healer. And I feel like it is a gift that you are going to be sharing with others. We have a Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords tells me that there's a truth, a clarity, possibly coming in like seemingly out of nowhere, like an epiphany, if you will. For some of you, you're receiving intuitive guidance downloads. This is your energy, Sag. You are in your power. You are passion. You are drive, forward momentum. You're magic. Very charismatic. But it's like you've taken your power back. And then we have a 6 of Cups. So for some of you, you do have a past life soulmate that's coming back around. But I also feel like the 6 of Cups is you having recognition and understanding that this is not some new gift, that this is something that's been with you since childhood. Maybe for a time you had shut it off or dimmed it down, but there is recognition. And I also feel like it could be even from a past life, hence why it is coming back so strong. My dream thoughts are not creative thoughts. Whoop. Whatever you are thinking and therefore feeling, and that which you are attracting is always a match. Also, what you are thinking and feeling in the dream state and what is manifesting in your life experience is always a match. Your dreams give you a glimpse into what you are creating, but you are not in the process of creating while you are dreaming. I feel like that card is mildly confusing. And I don't know that I necessarily agree with all of it. It's more or less saying that your dreams are a reflection of what you're creating. However, you can have precognitive dreams, as I've had. And so I feel like there's half truth to that. But anyways, I'm going to shuffle and then we will move on to Capricorn. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate you. I have a major mess to clean up outside. At least the bird's okay. Birdie made it. I like it. I like it when they survive. It's fun to watch them chase and have, you know, get the good exercise, but I don't like finding dead birds, especially in my yard. Especially the hummingbirds. I've seen the hummingbirds a few times, which is mind-blowing because those suckers are fast. Mostly blue jays, and I want to say they're like starlings or something like that. I've even found a crow. I don't know how that happened because the crows are big. That's interesting. All right. Capricorn. Capricorn. This is for the week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. I don't know why I keep stumbling on that. Capricorn. I do give my feeling on the card along with, okay, I'm getting a song. Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. Anyways, I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross-watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Now the song is ramping up. Always gone too long anytime she goes away. Maybe listen to the song and see if there's something in there for you. Because now I'm feeling super emotional. So Capricorn, number 50, Angel of Strength, pertaining to number 24, Thief. Strength in me is strength and perseverance. Taking your power back. Maybe pertaining to a perceived threat or thief, which to me is like somebody stealing your energy, stealing your, maybe your finances, really. Stealing your time. I don't know how that correlates with the song, but maybe that's how that person's feeling. I don't know. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I heard you're looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment, but it's also enjoying the fruits of your labor. We have the Strength card out again, Leo. This is doubled down on the energy. You have your power. Taking it back, possibly from somebody who you perceived as stealing your power, your strength. This feels very strong and sovereign, if you will. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, holding your tongue. Okay, I'm getting interesting vibrations coming through me. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You're putting forth the work, energy, and effort, but you're holding your tongue. There's something that you're not speaking on. Now flip the roles if need be, but I feel like you put forth the work, energy, and effort to become some kind of sovereign, taking your power back from a situation. Again, we're not clarifying. I almost wish we were. But there's lack of communication and you're not speaking on something. No need to, apparently, is what I heard. There's interesting. I'm pulling more. Sorry. Underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of. We have the Sun card. Happiest card in the deck. Joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity. Pertaining to number 16, thoughts. That, I feel like, is where the song comes in. There's some joy. Now I'm getting, oh my gosh. Milli Vanilli? Is it Milli Vanilli? Joy and pain, sunshine and rain. I don't think it's Milli Vanilli. It's something else. Why, I don't know where Milli Vanilli came from, but look that song up too. There's something pertaining to, you got somebody on your mind, but you're not communicating. You've taken your power back. We have an Eight of Wands. Oh, sorry, Two of Wands. With the Eight of Wands and the Justice, Libra energy. You found your happiness. For some of you, you're being a silent witness. The Two of Wands is all about turning your back on the old and moving forward with faith in the future. It's like the minor arcana of the World card, like almost ending your own cycle. With the Eight of Wands, this creates a major shift and change seemingly out of nowhere, which is the justice, the balance. You've brought balance back into your life, but it feels like because you stopped communicating, you've taken the power back. There's something you flipped the script on, or somebody. Interesting. And it does take work, energy, and effort, but it's not vindictive or malicious. It is truly you taking your power back. Wow. That felt very powerful. You are, wait, my bad. I can create my world as I choose. You are here to create the world around you that you choose, while you allow the world as others choose it to be, to exist also. But while their choices in no way hinder your choices, your attention to their choices does affect your vibration and therefore your point of attraction. I don't know why I feel like these cards sometimes feel like they're written in like riddles. In other words, emotionally sovereign. Everybody gets to create their own world. So if you're focused on what somebody else is doing, in essence, your attention to what they're even doing is shifting your own world. So allow people to be who they are, you be who you are, which frankly, I feel like you're doing beautifully, Capricorn. That being said, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Aquarius while I read the chat. Yeah, where did I get Milli Vanilli? Like I don't know why I saw Milli Vanilli in my head, which has been, what was that, 80s, 90s? I don't even remember when Milli Vanilli. They were like a one-hit wonder. And they were the lip syncers. They didn't say a word. They didn't sing. They were lip syncers. Maybe that's what the whole thing was. Maybe that's why I got Milli Vanilli. Or at least that's what I just received. I don't know. That was interesting. Yeah, because I think they were just the face, and it was other people actually singing the song. Wow. Anyway, maybe whoever that was meant for, it'll resonate. Now that I've already moved past Capricorn. La la la. I'm staring at my upside down barbecue outside. Oh, goodness. Okay. We have Aquarius and then Pisces. Aquarius. This is for the week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. There we go. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. We'll see how to take that in a minute. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Aquarius. Now I'm getting the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar it's tomorrow. La la la. I feel like I should have like a red wig on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to take it just how I got it. We've got the Door to Romance, number 33, and Goddess of the Moon, number 52, that came out like this, which to me is roughly midway to upside down. Well, at least the Door to Romance was midway to upside down. The Goddess of the Moon was roughly just midway. And it's pertaining to number 25, High Honor. I feel like you're almost there. Midway, literally. Normally I say sideways. You're midway. You're halfway there. There's the Door to Romance, to me, talks about a love like never before. I'm starting to get songs like, but just without the tune, just the lyrics. Which works for me too, Spirit. The Door to Romance is something shifting within you. And I feel like it's triggered by a healing of sorts, or a shifting out of an old pattern and an opening or awareness. The Goddess of the Moon energy is all about following your intuition and feminine energy. So feminine energy is where we allow things to come to us because we use the law of vibration, if you will, as opposed to masculine energy, which makes me think of fire energy, which is force, control, taking action, forward momentum. Moon energy is like, think water energy. You're going with the flow. You're just allowing. There's no force or control. It's just waiting for whatever is meant for you to come, right? This is interesting because the halfway point and the high honor, there's something that is being attempted or desired to achieve. And for some of you, I don't like the word mastery, but for some of you, you're ascending into another level. And you're maybe in a midpoint level right now. So like maybe you were here and you're moving to here, but right now you're here. So you're halfway there, midpoint. And the high honor to me is any type of ascension is going to be a high honor. We have a 5 of Pentacles. I feel as though there's a recognition and understanding, or what you're moving through is financial constraints, which if you've been watching me, is all part of something deeper within you, which is lack, feeling less than. It's all about you, more or less. It's about whatever you've carried around since childhood, whatever was imprinted, whatever program you received, where it's lacking self-confidence and feeling not worthy, not good enough, left out in the cold, abandoned, whatever. We have the Sun card. Oh, now I'm getting that again. The sun will come out tomorrow. Leo energy, the happiest card in the deck. Joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity. With the 2 of Pentacles, this is all about you being, in essence, of 2 worlds. And it's energetically and emotionally kind of draining. But I feel like the 2 worlds are the 2 different stages. And when we ascend, it can literally feel energetically and emotionally draining because we teeter. It's like you learn or shift into this new consciousness, into this new awareness. But there's still these old kind of patterns that linger a smidgy. And the more we become aware of them, the easier it is to kind of slowly move away from them, which is maybe you've come to the awareness point, because to me, the awareness point is half the journey to shifting. And it can be exhausting, but I feel like your awareness, you have awareness. The Sun card is also illuminating. It's illuminating that understanding that you're maybe in between right now. With the Page of Cups, I feel like you're being called to follow your heart. Continue to follow your heart. Stay on that path, because that's what's leading you to the door to romance. There could be a person involved, but I'm not clarifying. And frankly, anything that happens in the external world is all a reflection of what's going on within you. So it really doesn't matter if or when another person shows up. It's that you're in that energy. I definitely feel like you're opening up to more spiritual gifts as well. And staying in tune with that intuition would be highly beneficial. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 43, man holding a coin. I had to just throw that in there. Pertaining to number 9, change. You could be in the energy of a man holding a coin, or that could be the energy of somebody that is in your energetic field. And I'm going with the latter on this one. And the reason being is because we've got the door to romance. So this person being in your energetic field isn't by accident, and it is creating a major shift and change. For some of you, it's going to go as far as a major move as well. But this feels like it could be the beginning of something very beautiful. Is that a movie? I don't even know where this stuff's coming from. Ace of Wands, brand new passionate beginning. Aries, Leo, Sag. The Chariot, Cancer energy, victory, success, and forward momentum. the Tower, Aries, Aquarius, major shift and change taking place with the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment, but emotional sovereignty, and the Death card, Scorpio energy, which is a transmutation. This is I don't want to say the final destination, but that's what I'm getting. This is the final destination. You're here and you're moving to here. That's the transmutation. That's the transformation. You're shifting. Now, this person could have been a catalyst, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, but I do feel like there's a person involved, whether it's romantic or friend or boss or opportunity. Whatever it is, it's shifting you. It's causing a major shift and change, especially with the Tower. You're shifting out of this energy, and it's creating opportunity. New passionate beginnings, passion, forward momentum, success, abundance, emotional sovereignty, and wish fulfillment. This is huge, and it's life-changing. Now I'm kidding. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Whoa, okay. Aquarius, I am not in competition for well-being. I feel like somebody else got this too. Competition can serve you if it stimulates your desire, but it can be a disadvantage if it hampers your belief in succeeding. In this unlimited universe, there is no need to compete for well-being, for your resources are unlimited. You may perceive a shortage, but it would be of your own making. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to Les Pisces, last but not leasty. I don't know what's going on with the millions of songs. I feel like that whole reading was like movie one-liners or songs. Okay, it's so nice out now. Sunny. Maybe I'll use the barbecue now that it's gonna get completely cleaned. Okie dokie. Pisces. Pisces, this is for the week ahead, the 25th through to the 31st. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. Uh-oh. One more. Ooh, oh, crap. How am I to receive? Okie dokie. Pisces. Okay. Overall energy, number 37, third chakra archangel Shamuel, and number 21, family room. This is your emotion of desire and your life force energy, and it's pertaining to family room. So you're highlighted in this energy for a reason. your life force energy, your emotion of desire. And it doesn't necessarily... Okay. So we have the Devil card. Capricorn energy. 7 of Cups. 4 of Cups. 4 of Wands. And the Knight of Cups. There feels like there's an energy of feeling stuck or bound. And I almost feel like for some of you, you're questioning whether or not what you're... Is it an illusion or delusion, like wishful thinking with that 7 of Cups? There could even be a form of feeling codependent or like I can't do it without another. What I find interesting is with the Devil and the 7 of Cups, it feels very illusion and delusion. It feels like we're stuck or bound to something. With the 4 of Cups, we're not satisfied. There's rejection. Either you're feeling rejected and or you're unsatisfied with what's transpiring, what you're receiving. Like you've got these high hopes, but you're not happy. For some of you, that in itself is the Devil energy. That in itself, without being grateful and appreciative of what you're receiving. It's kind of like the energy of, you know, oh, it'd be so nice to get $50. And somebody gives you 10 and you're like, well, I guess it's 10, you know, like unappreciative. Where if you're appreciative and you're like, oh, $10, thank you, that's amazing. It's going to create more. That's just a small gesture that's coming through from the universe to let you know more is on its way. So to be grateful, even when it wasn't necessarily what it is that you were desiring, this feels very... There's something that you're... There's something that you're in the clouds about, or you're stuck. You're stuck. You could be feeling very tired right now, going through energy drainings. And there could be even, okay, I don't really care to get into this, but you could be even lacking intimacy at this point or the desire for it. I feel like it's mainly because we're focused on something that isn't working or what hasn't worked in the past or what we're not desiring. We have the 4 of Wands. It is pertaining to some form of a union. We have the Knight of Cups. I feel like you need to follow your heart and really open up to your emotions. I feel like you need to be, honestly, it feels like you need to shift into gratitude and appreciation. There's something illusional or delusional and a focus on what isn't working in a union. And frankly, it's literally just a little shift. And I know that it doesn't necessarily seem like the easiest thing to do to, when you're in the thick of something, be like, oh, let me pick out all the wonderful things that are going on in my life right now. But that is truly the law of attraction. And the reason that you're not getting that is because you're focused on what you're not desiring. In the underlying energy, we have cornucopia, number 11, pertaining to number 8, false person. I feel like somebody else has gotten the cornucopia with the false person before. This almost feels like a fake it till you make it kind of energy. And we have the 3 of Pentacles, which to me, the 3 of Pentacles is collaboration, working together. For some of you, this is a third-party situation. But I'm going to move back to something collaborating. The false person energy is... There's something inauthentic whether it's with you or somebody you're dealing with, there's something blocking. And for some of you, it could be it's some kind of addictive behavior. I'm hearing sex addict, so there could be cheating going on. But I'm also feeling like there's somebody's focused only on negative, or lacking, or being rejected, or rejection. There's something tied to, it could even be drinking, drugging. It's affecting it definitely is affecting your life force energy, your intimacy and creativity, but also something pertaining to your family. And the cornucopia is beautiful energy, but it's pertaining to the false person. So my question is, are you actually this person, this false person, or is it somebody you're dealing with? With the Three of Pentacles, there's definitely more than one person involved here. So I feel like that was a very cryptic, weird message. And frankly, I'm not a fan of it. So that's for whoever needed to hear it. I'm going to read your card here, Pisces. I am not here to create sameness. There are as many different worlds as there are perceivers, beings, or individuals. You are not here to create one world where everyone is the same, wanting and getting the same. You are here to be that which you want to be while you allow all others to be that which they want to be. I feel like that's another one of don't try to control and manipulate others just because you're not a fan of what somebody else is doing. It's really none of your business. Mind your business. Stay in your own lane. It's not your job to fix other people because they're not broken. They're creating just as you are. And it's that old saying of, if you want to, why don't you fix your own life before you start pointing out what's wrong with other people's, because nobody is got all their skeletons out of the closet per se. Anyway, I feel like the Pisces was a hot mess. But I don't know. That was for somebody. All right. I am, hello, mess. Did I say that correctly? I'm sure I did. Miss. I'm going to go ahead and head out of here. I appreciate you guys. Have yourself an amazing weekend, whether you are enjoying this as a holiday, 4-day weekend, 3-day weekend, whatever you want to call it. If you're going out of town, staying in town, whatever you're doing, enjoy yourself. I will see you all next week. Don't forget, for the gratitude and the extended group members, your June readings will be out by Monday. For everybody else that is not a member of the channel, roughly Wednesday-ish. Don't hold me to that. But if you want to become a member, you can find a link in the description box. Unless you have an iPhone. iPhone users, for who knows what reason, the join button does not like to show up. You have to do it from a desktop or a laptop. Thank you, Miss Vicky. I appreciate you 100,000,000%. You are always amazingness. I appreciate you in the chat and letting everybody know what sign we are on. You are fantastic. Enjoy your vacation, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it's a vacation. Your camping trip. Your getting into nature and hanging out with me on my channel while being in nature. I appreciate you. Everybody, have a good weekend. I will see you next week.